Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Inside Rockers TV. I'm really glad to have a special guest with us today here, like talking about obviously Rockers TV and sharing their experience about Caribbean music culture, sound clash culture, performers, and it's just been a real privilege to have him here. And I know it's been tough to get him here, but we've got him here. So, you know, could you please introduce yourself to the camera and just obviously tell who you are, please?
Of course, greetings, blessed love. My name is Donovan Kingjay, and predominantly I'm a reggae singer. I don't stick to the genre alone, but coming from sound system culture, and predominantly that's the music that I sing. Greetings, Rastafari.
Cool. And like I said, everyone, it's been a real privilege to just have him here because obviously, as you know, what we've been doing is been conducting a survey, trying to get just feedback on what we're doing with Rockers TV. So this is kind of video is a real chance maybe just to explain a little bit about Rockers Corner TV, what inspired it, and obviously we're going to be talking to a performer who we're hoping is going to be one of the few people that's going to perform for us in the early days, and it'd be a real privilege to do that. So for us, really, Rockers Corner TV is essentially like yourself, you're very vested in the Caribbean music culture, especially here in the UK. Yeah. And what Rockers Corner TV for us is about connecting you to fans and music lovers out there all over the world. Because for us, Caribbean music is world music. It's not just confined to the Caribbean or the UK. It's everywhere, and it's a global thing. Do you understand? So we kind of looked at this and think to ourselves, you know what, we want to just kind of promote the platform and do a little bit more, do you know what I mean? And give artists and all that a chance as well, do you know what I mean? To reach. So the essence of it is live performances, interviews, profiles, and that, and documentaries and things like that. So that is essentially what Rockers TV is, and that's what it's going to be about on YouTube as well, because we've kind of grown the concept through what we've done with Don Sinclair as well, as you know. So, and that's really where the inspiration for Rockers Corner TV came from, because we looked at what he's done over the years, and obviously the fan base is growing and the audience and the feedback we've been getting, and we looked at kind of what he's done already and just want to take that to a new level, really. And that's the inspiration. And obviously you being a performer, obviously being here with us and talking about the idea as well has been helpful as well. So that's really the inspiration, and just connecting with fans and giving everyone a real opportunity to enjoy music, because music is about life, isn't it? Really,
absolutely.
So that's us in terms of like the inspiration and how it started. But for you as a performer, obviously one of the things we want to address, as well as finding that feedback from audiences and people who might watch, is how do you feel about sort of Rockers TV, the concept of it, the ability now to say, instead of performing at a show, but performing for us, and then having that opportunity to reach a wider audience who will get to know you. And obviously there might be people who do know you already, but then that kind of mix of different ideas going on in this kind of new kind of concept as well with YouTube.
Well, the concept as Rockers TV is bringing forward is not just the interviews as you've seen what we're performing now, but I love the whole idea of being up close and personal. Do you know what I mean? I mean, as in having an insight a little bit more into the person as opposed to just the artist.
Of course.
Because we need that balance. And yeah, big up Don Sinclair, you don't know, because we're all coming from the sound system. Yeah, man, the whole sound system culture, so we grow, and that's where we, if you like, we cut our teeth and do our apprenticeship.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, as you know now, from all the globe right now, the entire globe, reggae music is classified as world music.
Yeah, definitely.
And the influence and the impact, coming from this little part of the corner of the world named Kingston, especially more Trenchtown, Jamaica, and spreading out and being such an international influence.
Well, that's one of the things, obviously, for me, that's kind of inspirational for me, because it's when we look at Caribbean music and obviously different forms, is the influence, like you said, internationally in other musics and other cultures, which is exciting. And like I said, we it's not to say that there isn't any platforms for Caribbean music. There are, but for us, we kind of looked at now what we can really achieve with the technology that's available today, because it's kind of, we live in an age where consumption is really high. Everyone wants to consume content of different, and you know, for us, we want to just be able to get a real sense of dynamic with different sort of content that will highlight Caribbean music. Obviously, being in the UK as well, there's a rich history, which we've discussed before we come on, before we shot this video, which, you know, you're just talking about just going back, the people you know, you know, we was watching a little video of a video on Don Sinclair's channel, and when he couldn't stop himself. Every minute he was pointing out people, and you know, for us, you know, doing this as well, it was beautiful to see that, because, you know, like I've always said to even Don Sinclair, is that that's what I'm focused on, that experience, you know, because that's what people buy. And, you know, music doesn't just occur, there's a time and place, and there will be lots of people like yourself who have memories of maybe those sound clashes and those artists performing of different scales. So for us, that's essentially, you know, what we're trying to get, and, you know, very grateful that you've obviously come down and the other side. But what kind of sounds and artists really would you like to see? Would you like to see performing and giving you that up and personal, you know, sort of thing?
All right. As we hear, and we're privileged sometimes to have Jamaican artists predominantly. You know, blessing our shows. At the moment, we have Kevin Jackson is here, Sanchez, Bushman is here. But predominantly, when we're talking about the UK artists, well, from, you know, the late 70s and, you know, coming right up to nowadays, we've been also blessed with some wonderful artists. Most of them are still here. We've lost a couple along the way, a couple soldier, or I should say soldieress, like, you know, Deborah Glasgow and Louisa Marks, that spring to mind. As in UK artists, but we've still got predominantly the main premiership artists still here. Your Lloyd Browns, your Peter Honeygills, your Nearest Josephs, you know, your Barry Booms. I'm not going to call out their names because I'll be here all day. Bless to the whole of my family, because they know who they are, and musicians as well who've been around from those times, you know.
Because that's the thing that's what's important as well, is the history,
the foundation.
The foundation, that's right. Because
without it,
because a lot of people, like you said, and what we've discovered is there's so much artists. Like you said, we'll be here all day.
Absolutely.
Enough names.
Still gonna big them up same way, Bella.
So, you know, and that's for me as well, which is really important, is the history as well, because a lot of these people who have been here, they were pioneers, setting the music forward for, you know, us, well, our parents and maybe our uncles and our aunties. So that aspect is really important, isn't it?
Absolutely, because as you know, I mean, we was discussing earlier that what was considered just normal and everyday things for us in the late 70s, the 80s, has now become full, like, absolutely, it's come full circle, and it's now in vogue. So whether it's of you know, leaning more to the lovers rock, which Victor Romero, Janet, Carol, Teller, all of these great artists who were doing those things in those times, it's now become popular again. So you got your, you know, we had some great bands in those times who have now become popular again. You got the Black Slates, you have your Undivided Roots, as well, not going nowhere, still past the America, but it's the same thing. But you had groups here like Reggae Regulars, you know, Brimstone, great Dennis Pavel and Matumbi, them, Winston Reed and Cimarrons, who set certain things in those times as well. You understand? We've always been blessed in that way, and fortunately they're still here. Jabani World Tide. These musicians and artists have been doing their thing from the 70s into the 80s, when there were certain musicians and artists, Starkey Banton and Nearest and Peter Honeygills. These guys were signed artists to labels, Smiley Culture, Maxi, them who, you know, who progress and leave these shows most times. He's here still, but we still have him as with UK artists, although he's gone international. But we've always been blessed and graced with these foundation artists who are still around, doing great things up to the year. So the influence has been wonderful. We then had the influx of the Jamaican artists that used to come here regular, like oh my Godfather, Sugar Miner, Dennis Brown, and the great John Holt, and Freddie McGregor, and these artists who've always been coming to the UK over these times. As I said, it started with the great Prince Buster and those guys from in those times. Come right up. Where I've always felt that we need to more full dose. I don't like the end dose because we're not ending anything here. We want it to keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. That's what Rockers TV is about.
I think, you know, we had here in the UK, we also had the great, you know, UK soul artists then as well. We've had DJs. I mentioned from Soul to Soul is mad. Karen Wheeler, the whole nine. We had Loose Ends. Omar.
Wow.
You understand me? I mean, this was going on at the same time as what we had with our Lovers Rock and UK flavour of reggae music at the time. All of this fused together gave us, like, you know, it just made us so strong. Now we're seeing in the 2000 plus, going into the teens, that these genres and these artists them need to be highlighted as they were before, and once again given the opportunity. Don Campbell and these artists that we had over these years still performing and doing great works nowadays. And here in the UK, as I said, they've also gone to the shop window in Jamaica. I've heard oftentimes, I've heard Barry Broom, I hear Peter Spence, I hear Peter Anningale, Lloyd Brown in Jamaica, playing on Jamaican radio station, played by great songs like Stone Love and so forth. Because of the sound system, what happened with Saxon and so forth, what was happening here with Lloyd Cox and Fatman over the years, it's a two-way thing. And here in the UK, we also get the influence of obviously the English experience mixed in with, we've got Caribbean, we've got Africa. And most of the Caribbean is a whole of the Caribbean.
Well, because that's for us in the UK, because that's it's a good point you've made, because obviously when in the UK, when you look at black culture, if you're non-black anyway, what you see is just black. But if you're black yourself, as you know, we're all from different places and
fused together.
Yeah, definitely.
And the whole influence came out in the music.
Definitely.
It's come out in the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we eat.
The tolerance as well amongst us.
The whole thing. And as you know, the influence that it has, it's worldwide.
Definitely.
So from Australia to Zimbabwe and everything in between, because of the crossing of the cultures. Okay, we have the university system here in the UK, and we have overseas students. So whether you come from China, India, Australia, or Europe in general, or Americas, when they return home to Peru or Chile, they want what they were experiencing in the UK, here, which is the sound system, the whole culture, the whole thing. So, and they don't want. Maybe they might have their own influence and have their own style on it, but essentially it's the same Caribbean, African culture that they see and experience and felt here, and still can come and go to the carnival and understand. That's just how the thing's set. And if we recognize the richness and the fullness of this, wow.
And I think that's an important point to sort of finish off with that, and I think that's important, the richness. Because I think that's what we are striving to do with Rockers Corner, because it's that richness in the music. The music that brings sunshine, brings joy, brings happiness, tells a story, and it's just kind of different. But it's that, I think, is the key word, and I like that, the richness of it, you know. And it's not just us saying that; there is the deep richness in the culture. Because like for me, I'm firmly fixed in the history of the music as well. Like I said, as we've been discussing with earlier. So like with that, you just get that sense of, you know, real volume and essence to the whole thing. And you know, once again, I have to say thank you very much, because a lot of you you didn't know what we have pre what we've done. So it's been a privilege just to have him here. Just what I want to say, last word, because remember from the first video, our survey is still ongoing, and just to put it out there, because the target really is 700, I don't want to get into numbers, but let's just say we need people to take it, so please, you're going to find the links as you do with before. And what this time is, I've had a word with Don Sinclair. We're not going to do any more spam in here, please. So do anyone who was objected, who felt violated last time, yeah, please do forgive us. It's just that obviously we're trying to just get as many people to take this survey for us, because it's really important, you know. And for us as well, when we start talking to artists as well, we can show them sort of what we've done and all that kind of thing, so everybody knows how much energy and passion we have about this thing. So find all the links.
It's real.
Donovan J, people, obviously we're gonna put his links as well. For you've got your, have you got a website?
Yep.
You've got a website and your music to links.
All of that.
All right, everything concerning Donovan J is going to be provided in links here. So you're going to find his website, his links to his music and what he's done. And we are definitely going to say we are proud to know that he's going to help us at some point and perform for us, you know, because we capture music from everywhere, and just the history alone of this guy is just immense. So thank you everyone for watching, and remember, this is Inside Rockers Corner, yeah? So take care and see you later. Cool.
Blessed love, Rockers TV. You don't know, Rockers Corner TV. Big up Dan Sinclair. You don't know, this is Donovan Kingjay saying, we full dose. We not endorse nothing we want it, but we want it to keep on going. Yeah, man. Complete a survey there because it's important. It's all about you, the people. You understand? Because without you, we're nothing.
That's the problem.
Blessed love.
Peace.